southbound side at Gibson Canyon Road, and CHP's on the way to check it out. Looks like we've got a couple of cars in a non-injury crash. Then for the 118 eastbound at the 405 in the Mission Hills area, we've got a couple of cars in a wreck there, so I'm sure we're going to see a break in traffic to get that all cleared up. Now let's check in with Scott Burton, the Southern California Toyota dealers. Sky 5.
Looking at some of the 605, the southbound side of the 605 slow run around Rose Hills Road. That's going to be sluggish, working your way down toward the 5. Northbound slow 105 through the 5 interchange up to about Washington Whittier Boulevard. From there it does pick up, but expect a little more slowing in Industry heading up through Valley Boulevard, Denise.
We've got a wreck on the 60 westbound at Fullerton Road with a backup starting at about Fairway Drive, and it looks like we've got a new problem, an injury crash right now on the 133 that is northbound near the 405. We've got a SIG alert there, and it looks like we've got a two-car crash that's blocking lanes. Again, that's on the 133 northbound near the 405 in the Irvine area. Next report, 5:45, with more traffic reports more often from the Toyota of Glendora.com Traffic Center, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Weather Channel meteorologist Mark Thibodeau.
Still looking at heat exhaustion potential through the evening. Heat advisories continue for the Inland Empire down into Orange County, back up into Ventura County. Places just blazing hot. 105, 110 through the evening in these inland areas. Heat exhaustion potential remains high. Stay hydrated here, too. More comfortable 80s to downtown and to the coast. We're talking 70s through the evening. Better conditions overall as we head into Thursday and Friday.
90 in Burbank, Torrance 75, Santa Ana 79.
It's 5:37. Investigators say it wasn't part of a terrorist act, but they've arrested a man who allegedly left explosives at a local metro station last Friday.
He'd been free on parole, Frederick Brown. He is now back behind bars. LAPD and the FBI arrested him Monday afternoon on suspicion of possession of a destructive device, specifically 3 bottles gasoline in a paper bag at the Vermont Avenue, Santa Monica Boulevard Red Line station.
Anonymous caller, he stated that he observed a male place a brown paper bag containing bombs on the platform. Our investigation determined that Frederick Brown was also the anonymous caller. During his interview with detectives, he admitted to placing the bottles.
For now, they say no ties to anything more sinister.
As it relates to any domestic terrorism, he does have a vast criminal history.
LAPD cops say Brown, their suspect, first called the FBI tip line late July, claiming he was being stalked by gang members. In downtown LA, Craig Figner, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Tentative ruling, more to come tomorrow from the judge, but tentative ruling that the governor can refer to the recall effort against him as Republican in the state's official voter guide. Republicans who led the efforts put the recall election on the ballot and filed a suit saying that Newsom's statements in the voter guide are false or misleading, but a Superior Court judge in Sacramento says they failed to prove that the statements were outright false.
The race for LA mayor next year could include a high-profile candidate. The Washington Post reports that Democratic Congresswoman Karen Bass is open to the idea of running. Political analyst Rafe Sonnenschein of Cal State LA tells KNX the city is growing more and more influential in Democratic politics, which makes being mayor attractive.
We've seen Garcetti become the first mayor to have a chance on the national stage to become an ambassador, and a potential Speaker of the House of Representatives thinking of coming back and running for mayor. I think it says a lot about the growing prominence of LA in real politics, not just as a source of campaign money.
Bass's name was mentioned last year as a possible vice presidential candidate to run with President Biden. Her spokesman denies Bass is interested, telling the LA Times she's not considering running for LA mayor at this time.
Lack of water because of the drought may force the states to make some tough decisions on how much to cut back the supplies it's given to farmers in the Central Valley.
Those most affected would be 5,700 water rights holders in Central and Northern California. Diane Riddle, the Assistant Deputy Director in the Division of Water Rights at the California State Water Resources Control Board, says there is a priority system for who gets cut first and the most.
Older rights have a higher priority than newer rights. Again, because there is such a substantial shortage in supplies, that does mean there's a possibility for a substantial cut to agricultural users.
While farmers may have their allotments cut, it's worth noting the amount of water they need for crops is less now than it is in the spring when crops are planted. Some of the farmers will be able to subsist on previously stored water on their properties and local reservoirs. Regardless, the state may still have to restrict water use by farmers in order to keep another part of the state's infrastructure operating, the electrical grid. which relies on water coming through dams to generate power used by all Californians. Pete Demetrio, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Our eye in the sky over the 60 between East LA and Diamond Bar. Checking those rough drives again at 5:45. Traffic coming up in less than 4 minutes. It's 5:41.
Got to have good people around you at work. You know that. Nothing gets done if somebody's dragging you down. You look for the A-plus team. That extends to who you do business with, where you go to get things done, which brings me to Advanced Hair. Best people are at Advanced Hair Restoration because you want this done the right way. Take care of hair loss once and for all. This team genuinely cares, kind, compassionate. They want what's best for you, and they want to do this for you. Simple one-day treatment works for receding hairlines, bald spots, thinning hair, men, women, different age groups. They've done this 30,000 times. That's how many people they've helped. The most experienced professionals, them with their technology that you can't find just anywhere. So this is why you go there, because they can come with a guarantee that if their process is a candidate, if you're a candidate for their process, I flipped it around. If you're a candidate for their process, they guarantee your new hair is going to grow. I've seen what they can do for people, so I trust them. You can see the results too. AdvancedHair.com, the before and after pictures, the videos. It's all right there. Free consultation as well. So give them a call, 844-333-HAIR. And when you get that scheduled, it's 250 free hair grafts and $250 off. People make the difference. Go and see these guys, 844-333-HAIR and AdvancedHair.com.
Hey, business owners, what if you could cut all of your business expenses in half? It would be amazing, right? Well, you could start by switching to Spectrum Business. With Spectrum Business, you get the best internet and phone service for half of what you're paying now. Call 855-212-1788 to get faster internet, proven reliability, and the most value. Only with Spectrum Business. Call 855-212-1788 today to switch to Spectrum Business.
Been thinking about McDonald's all day. Can't get it off my mind. I can already taste it. Ooh, got my mind on my mouth and my mouth ready for some Mickey D's deal.
There's a deal for every moment at McDonald's.
Right now, get 2 of your favorites for just $3.50. Mix and match a classic McChicken, a hot and spicy McChicken, or a juicy McDouble. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal. Single item at regular price.
For the health coverage you need, close to home, lean on Molina Healthcare. Molina has 40 years of experience and covers preventative services, pediatric care, maternity and newborn care, and more. For details, go to leanonmolina.com. Get the care you need. Lean on Molina.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
Love fish but never make it at home? Wild Alaskan Company delivers high-quality, sustainably sourced wild-caught seafood right to your door. Choose from a variety of salmon and whitefishes. Each shipment contains perfectly portioned cuts of delicious seafood, so it's ready to prepare and easy to cook. Our seafood is always caught and processed in the USA, plus 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Get $15 off your first box at wildalaskancompany.com/talk. wildalaskancompany.com/talk for $15 off.
It's devastating to be diagnosed with a critical illness like cancer, chronic kidney disease, or many other illnesses that hit our community so hard. Imagine already living below poverty and trying to juggle between getting medicine, paying rent, or buying food. No one should have to spare one for the other. Project Angel Food and Ralph's and Food for Less want to fill the fridge for struggling Angelinos who need healthy meals to survive. Please text FRIDGE to 20357 to donate. $10 provides 2 medically tailored meals. Thanks to Ralph's and Food for Less for doubling your donations.
Breaking news when it happens.
Southern California's only 24-hour live and local news and traffic station. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Depend on us.
I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Coming up.
This is Chris Sedens. I'll tell you about a new study that shows the usefulness of graphic warning labels on cigarette packages.
Requiring vaccinations to enter indoor spaces. That's the motion in the hands of the LA City Council. It's even tougher than what's going on in New York.
These stories next 15 minutes, 5:45 now. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Brought to you by the Auto Club of Southern California. Denise Fondo.
Another problem for the 91 10 westbound side, just past Weir Canyon. We've got a crash reported in your center divider. Hollywood Freeway on the southbound side at Barham Boulevard. You've got a new wreck there. Two-car crash reported. And 14 northbound coming up on Crown Valley Road. We've got a crash reported there. Again, 2 cars involved in this one, and they are also out of lanes on the shoulder of the roadway. Let's go to Scott. He's checking the 60 for you between East LA and Diamond Bar and the Southern California Toyota dealers. Sky 5.
Well, starting off on the crash, 60 westbound, right at Fullerton Road. We do have a crash with a big rig. Couple cars, couple of left lanes are blocked, and you are backed up there, starting right around the 57 on the West 60. Once you get beyond the problem, it does pick up for you heading out through the 605. Eastbound, at least east of the 605, really not that bad, but you do have quite a bit of slowing starting around the 710. That's going to be sluggish heading out to about San Gabriel Boulevard, Denise.
Got a stall car on the 405. This is on the southbound side north of Magnolia. And it looks like that is out in the far right lane. You're wondering if you're paying too much for auto insurance? It's easy to find out at AAA.com/insurance. You could save an average of $537. So stop wondering, start saving. Visit AAA.com/insurance for your free quote. Next report at 5:55 with more traffic reports more often from the Toyota Glendora.com Traffic Center. KNX 1070 News Radio.
A cooling trend will begin tomorrow and will continue as we get into the weekend. Meantime, look for another hot one today. It's going to be a scorcher in the IE with highs around 105, 108, and full sunshine for the high desert, 85 for the mountains. Valleys should expect high temperatures today, right around 106 between 4 and 8 o'clock, 91 for LA and Orange County, while the beaches will see the low clouds and fog. Of course, you started the day with that, but by afternoon, look for temperatures in the upper 70s. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Markina Brown, KNX 1070 News Radio.
102 in Woodland Hills. It's 80 in Long Beach, Fullerton, 87.
It's 5:47. A new study finds that.
Hey, business owners, what if you could cut all of your business expenses in half? It would be amazing, right? Well, you could start by switching to Spectrum Business. With Spectrum Business, you get the best internet and phone service for half of what you're paying now. Call 855-212-1788 to get faster internet, proven reliability, and the most value. Only with Spectrum Business. Call 855-212-1788 today to switch to Spectrum Business.
In terms of pleasure and not think about the health consequences.
Pierce says while the very graphic labels made people more likely to think about quitting, the study found it didn't help many people actually quit smoking. Chris Seedens, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
South Dakota, here they come. Crowds of bikers headed for the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Last year, 460,000 showed up. Despite the pandemic, masks rarely worn, bars, tattoo parlors, rock shows packed. Despite the surge of cases because of the Delta variant, this year's event expected to be even larger.
State Superintendent of Schools Tony Thurmond stopped by a vaccine clinic in Paramount to promote inoculations ahead of the new school year.
As an incentive to get shots into arms, the first 100 people to get vaccinated were being offered a $100 gift card. Thurmond had this to say about the line that had formed prior to his arrival.
I'm glad that Californians are hearing the message to get a vaccine. I'm hearing cases every single day where people said, I waited. I didn't want to get a vaccine. And now they're saying, you know what? I get it. The Delta variant is serious and is significant, and we need to do something about that.
When asked if it's reasonable or overkill for the LA Unified School District to require testing of students and staff regardless of vaccination status, he said,
with 600,000 plus students, I think it's a bold decision. I think it's a smart decision. It's the safe decision.
Thurmond said the decision recognizes that even if you have a vaccine, there is that potential that you can still get COVID. In Paramount, Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Most visitors to the U.S. from foreign countries will need to be vaccinated. Biden administration making the announcement today. No timeline given. Return to normal travel being anticipated, but vaccinations will most likely be mandatory.
Sony Sony Pictures reportedly is close to naming a new permanent host for Jeopardy! 9 months after the death of Alex Trebek. Variety reports the show's executive producer, Mike Richards, is in advanced negotiations to take over the job, but it's not a done deal yet. Richards was one of a string of people who've been guest hosting the popular game show and reportedly impressed Sony with his command of the game and on-air manner. Other people who took a turn guest hosting the show include Jeopardy! Champion Ken Jennings, Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, and CNN's Anderson Cooper.
550. Your money. Here's Tracy Jonke.
Uber has spent millions on bonuses and other incentives to ease a driver shortage. And all that spending expanded Uber's loss in recent months to around $500 million. Uber does predict that it will be profitable by the end of the year, assuming the Delta variant doesn't throw up roadblocks to people getting out more and getting a ride through ride-hailing. Roku says people have been getting out more and are not staying home to watch streaming TV. Roku saw active customer accounts and total streaming hours fall short of estimates as a result. Roku and Uber's news arrived late. Before that, investors heard other warnings from the likes of Lyft, CVS, and Royal Caribbean that Delta could pose a threat to business in the months ahead. The Dow fell 324 points. The S&P backed down from a record, falling 20. The Nasdaq was up 19 points. We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Tracy Jonke from the True Mortgage Money Desk, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Before you buy a new iPhone, you're going to want to hear this report that's coming up in 2 minutes. It's 5:51.
In Southern California, a lot happens in a day.
We've got a police pursuit right now involving a stolen car.
The state saw a 5% increase in administered shots.
Recall election looks close at this point.
Councilman Curran Price asked for the names of the LAPD bomb squad.
To stay up to date, you need to check in often.
Let's get another check of your money.
Yes, let's find out more this morning live.
Because when you need to know now,
the time to listen is now.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station.
KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
Love fish but never make it at home? Wild Alaskan Company delivers high-quality, sustainably sourced wild-caught seafood right to your door. Choose from a variety of salmon and whitefishes. Each shipment contains perfectly portioned cuts of delicious seafood, so it's ready to prepare and easy to cook. Our seafood is always caught and processed in the USA, plus 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Get $15 off your first box at wildalaskancompany.com/talk. wildalaskancompany.com/talk for $15 off.
That's Cars for the Cat. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
For the health coverage you need, close to home, lean on Molina Healthcare. Molina has 40 years of experience and covers preventative services, pediatric care, maternity and newborn care, and more. For details, go to leanonmolina.com. Get the care you need. Lean on Molina.
Hi, I'm Andrew Krasny from the BNP Paribas Open. After a brief hiatus, the Indian Wells Tennis Garden will transform once again into tennis paradise this October 4th to the 17th. Join us in celebrating the first ever fall edition of the amazing and award-winning professional tennis event, the BNP Paribas Open. Enjoy thrilling action, live music and entertainment, delicious dining, and more. Tickets are on sale now at tennisparadise.com. That's tennisparadise.com. I'll see you in October.
Our eye in the sky will be over the 134 between Eagle Rock and Burbank when we check those roads again in a minute. It's 5:54.
So you want a new iPhone? Hold off on making the purchase.
If you're an Apple devotee, you probably know the company always unveils its new line of iPhones for each year in late September. Tech blogger Jefferson Graham tells us the product, which will likely be called the iPhone 13, will have some notable changes.
The rumor mill is in overdrive, saying that the new phones will have new colors, they'll be more powerful, they'll have a better camera, and historically, Apple makes the unveiling the week after Labor Day.
Graham says even if you don't plan on upgrading and think the existing iPhone 12 or an earlier model suits your needs, you should still wait until the new phones hit the market before you buy. The existing models will see a price cut around then, and you could save about $100. Brian Ping, KNX 1070 News Radio.
A COVID shot could soon be needed to get into most indoor public spaces in L.A. Details coming up at 6:03. After CBS News, it's 5:55.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s, brought to you by Bear Windows and Doors. Denise Fondo.
On the 91 eastbound near the 241, that injury crash is cleared. CHP ran a break to do that. Traffic is backed up almost to the 57 on the main line. Very tough for you on that 91 eastbound this afternoon. Also had a bunch of calls from our tipsters in Rancho Cucamonga, 15 southbound at Baseline. Trailer part of a big rig caught fire. The right lane is closed on that southbound drive. Now let's go to Scotty's checking the 60 between East LA and Diamond Bar. Southern California Toyota dealers, Sky 5.
Well, had a crash here, 60 westbound at Fullerton. A couple left lanes are blocked. A big rig wreck there, so definitely a backup starting right around the 57. If you can get on anywhere west of Fullerton, you'll be in much better shape heading out through the 605. The eastbound side, at least through Hacienda Heights into the industry area, didn't look too bad, but you are getting slowing E60 from at least the 710 heading out to about San Gabriel Boulevard, Denise.
We also have a wreck in orange on the 55 southbound, right at the 22 westbound. Bear Windows has the lowest price on quality, energy-efficient windows, period. How? Because they are the manufacturer. 10 windows start at $42.99 installed, and sliding glass doors $11.95. Visit bearwindows.com for an unbeatable free quote. Bearwindows.com. Next report, 6:05 with more traffic reports more often from the Toyota of Glendora.com Traffic Center. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Hot again today. Had our highs in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and triple digits. But we start to come down as we go into tomorrow, at least a few degrees. And then we'll see another drop as we hit Friday. Right now, 79 in downtown L.A.
L.A. County reporting its highest daily number of COVID cases since early February. More at the top of the hour after CBS News. It's 5:57.
Mike here for IQ Air. Been talking about these purifiers for a while now. Some things have changed over the course of that time. Others have not. Bottom line, you still got to protect yourself from everything that's floating around. So, great way to do that. Make sure the air is clean, scrubbed, filtered. This is where IQ Air comes in. I've got the Autumn Desk on my desk. Easy to use. Sits right there on your desk or nightstand or table. Filters the air for you. Personal air purifier. Not the only thing they have, though. So, to learn some more, you visit their virtual experience center. You can go through a hands-on demonstration with a certified clean air expert. Find the filtration product that's going to be the right fit for your space. There's the Autumn. There's also the Health Pro Plus. Larger one removes 99.5% of harmful pollutants, almost everything. Protects you from the ultra-fine particles. Designed in Switzerland, made in Germany, best of the best. Virtual appointments, iqair.com/US/experience center or 877-304-7247. iqair.com/US/experience center or 877-304-7247.
Love fish but never make it at home? Wild Alaskan Company delivers high-quality, sustainably sourced wild-caught seafood right to your door. Choose from a variety of salmon and whitefishes. Each shipment contains perfectly portioned cuts of delicious seafood, so it's ready to prepare and easy to cook. Our seafood is always caught and processed in the USA, plus 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Get $15 off your first box at wildalaskancompany.com/talk. wildalaskancompany.com/talk for $15 off.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
For the health coverage you need, close to home, lean on Molina Healthcare. Molina has 40 years of experience and covers preventative services, pediatric care, maternity and newborn care, and more. For details, go to leanonmolina.com. Get the care you need. Lean on Molina.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The news you need from the station you trust.
Live from the KNX studios in Los Angeles.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station.
KNX KRTH FM HD2 Los Angeles.
KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
An Odyssey station.
Coming up, LA considering a sweeping vaccine mandate for indoor public places.
A child younger than 12 dies from COVID in LA County.
Culver City police looking for the man they say attacked a teenage jogger. CBS News now. It's 6 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper in Chicago. There's debate across the country on masks and vaccines. A Georgia parent who doesn't want a mask mandate at school.
They are using our children as pawns.
A restaurant owner in Los Angeles supports a possible measure to show proof of vaccination.
We know now that even with vaccination, we can get sick, so I have to protect myself.
And as CBS's Natalie Brand reports,
a growing number of other city leaders have reinstated indoor mask mandates in light of a recent surge in cases, putting them at odds with state leaders in some places, such as Florida and Texas.
Federal officials predict COVID cases could continue to surge in many places over the next 2 weeks, fueled by the Delta variant and the unvaccinated. COVID-19 vaccine mandates are gaining more attention in the military and on Capitol Hill. CBS's Linda Kenyon explains.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is expected to seek authorization to make COVID-19 vaccines mandatory for all active duty troops as soon as this week. Last week, the president announced all federal employees must be vaccinated or undergo regular testing and masking. In addition, a group of House Democrats is urging the Capitol physician to mandate lawmakers and staff be vaccinated against COVID-19 or be tested at least twice a week. They say frequent travel among members of Congress from areas with high infection rates make people who work in the Capitol complex more at risk of exposure to COVID. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Demands for resignation come from the White House to governors and others who protested outside New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's office today. CBS's Nikki Battiste also reports.
The New York State Assembly is saying that if Governor Cuomo does not resign by the end of the weekend, they will move swiftly to impeach. That process could take about a month.
The governor says he won't resign and denies sexually harassing 11 women. The Biden administration will outfit 6,000 Border Patrol agents with body cameras. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
The new policy will increase oversight of federal agents amid a greater push for accountability in law enforcement following a string of high-profile fatal shootings by police over the past decade.
11 people have died and 12 are injured when a van packed with migrants crashed in Texas, some 90 miles from the southern border. The van reportedly went out of control on Highway 281 south of the town of Falfurrias. Variety is reporting that Jeopardy executive producer Mike Richards is in advanced negotiations with Sony Pictures TV to become the permanent host of the quiz show, which was hosted by Alex Trebek for over 30 years until his death last November. Growth in the U.S. services sector hits a record high in July, and the Dow closed down 324 points, NASDAQ up 19 points. This is CBS News.
Your business journey never stops. Neither do we. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DEL and do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Our top local story at 6:03. The LA City Council will consider requiring eligible individuals to show proof of at least one dose of a COVID vaccine to enter public indoor spaces.
Given the havoc that the Delta variant is wreaking and the unknown of what a new variant might do, Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell tells KNX.
Public health depends on us taking this type of action. This virus, this pandemic has been with us now since February, March of 2020. And I think now is the time to act.
He and the council president introduced a motion to require proof of at least partial vaccination against COVID to go into everything from restaurants and bars to gyms, stores, and entertainment centers such as stadiums and movie theaters. This woman is all for it if you want to take your mask off.
I just don't think it should be used as a barometer for allowing people in completely. They should be allowed to enter even without proof as long as they wear a mask.
If passed, the motion would instruct the city attorney to prepare an ordinance and report back on how businesses can comply with the measure. Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Another entertainment company tightening the COVID safety rules. Netflix will require all workers at its LA office in Los Gatos in the Bay Area to be vaccinated. Visitors have to show proof they're vaccinated. There's been no official date announced for return to offices for Netflix employees, but those who want to come back to work in person, they can.
The disturbing trend continues. LA County is reporting its highest daily number of new COVID cases since early February. There were more than 3,700 new positive cases, along with 16 deaths. And the fatalities include a child under the age of 12 who reportedly had underlying health conditions. Since the pandemic began, 6 children have died of COVID in LA County. 2 were under the age of 12 and 4 were between 17 and 12. County officials also say there has been an increase in infections among healthcare workers in the month of July. And police in Culver City are looking for a man who attacked a teen who was out for a jog. Details coming up after traffic.
The light-skinned man with medium dark hair has a scruffy beard, maybe a man, but...
Let's get to traffic now at 6:05. Every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Denise Fondo.
In industry on the 605 north, right at the 60. The connectors to the east and westbound side of the 60. We've got a new crash there. We also have a wreck at the 4 level, downtown LA. On the 110 northbound, right at the 101 southbound. Looks like a 2-car crash there. On the 405 in Long Beach, 405 northbound, right at Woodruff. We've got debris reported. Looks like it might be a load of dirt that was dropped onto the Woodruff on-ramp. Let's head to Scott Burt. He is in the Southern California Toyota dealers, Sky 5, over the 405, West LA, San Fernando Valley.
Well, the North 405 is going to get tough right around Wilshire Boulevard, and from that point, slow all the way through the Sepulveda Pass. No big problems to warn you about, but slowing into the valley up to about Nordoff. It does pick up from there, but expect some additional slowing as you approach the 5, Denise.
Had the trailer part of a big rig catch fire, Rancho Cucamonga. Lots of tipster calls on this one. 15 south of Baseline. Right lane is blocked, and tons of slowing on that 91 eastbound out of Anaheim through Anaheim Hills. We had a nasty crash near the 241. CHP did run a break and get it cleared out of the lanes, but you got sluggish traffic starting at the 57. Next report, 6:15, with more traffic reports more often from the Toyota of Glendora.com Traffic Center. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Checking in with Weather Channel meteorologist Mark Thibodeau.
Heat advisory continues for the Inland Empire through this evening, as well as Orange County, Inland, and Inland Ventura counties. We've got dusty, dry conditions as well, so watch out for potential wildfires. And temperatures hovering around 105 to 110 inland through the evening. More comfortable 80s, 70s of the coast. Stay hydrated. Watch for heat exhaustion potential through the evening. Things improving over the next few days. Maybe not quite so hot.
86, Sherman Oaks, Hollywood, it's 82, Irvine, 80 degrees. And yeah, we start the drop tomorrow. Drop the temps some more on Friday.
It's 6:07. New York real estate heir Robert Durst is expected to take the stand at his murder trial tomorrow in the Inglewood courthouse. The 78-year-old was expected to make the rare move for a defendant in a murder case and begin testimony today, but the prosecution was still cross-examining another defense witness when court ended for the day. Durst's testimony is now expected to begin tomorrow and could last several days. He took the stand in his 2003 Texas murder trial and was acquitted. Durst is charged with killing his friend Susan Berman in 2000. He has pleaded not guilty.
Police have released video of a man who they say knocked out a 17-year-old girl on a bike path in Culver City.
The light-skinned man with medium dark hair has a scruffy beard, maybe a man bun, wearing camouflage pants, but it's the bicycle he's riding that really stands out.
You can be seen riding a 10-speed style bicycle with a red rear rim.
Culver City Police Assistant Chief Jason Sims tells KNX on June 30th the girl was jogging near National and Wesley during the day when they believe the man in the video was staring at her with one hand down his pants.
After noticing him, she became frightened and essentially tried to run away. He rode up from behind toward her and hit her in the head with an unknown object.
Police say the girl was briefly knocked out and suffered a head injury, but she's expected to recover. Police want people to take a close look at the video to see if they recognize the guy or the bike with the red rear wheel. Emily Val